Eddie and I just got back from Broncar's house, our good friend who plays music, and we had this really, really fun jam session.
Yeah.
Nice.
On percussion instruments. And Eddie, do you remember the first time you met Broncar in Los Angeles? We were traveling out there.
Yeah.
Tell Maggie that story.
Yeah.
Walking in.
Yeah. So it was Uncle P's like rehearsal.
His rehearsal space and
warehouse.
warehouse. He had a company up there called Way Too Much Entertainment.
Yeah.
And so it was a big
Nice.
performance venue, and they did all kinds of production there. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did like a giant drum circle there where there are like 50 different drums and drum sets and like it was a massive circle, and it
Phil
was the
took
four of
every
us.
drum he owned, and before we got there, he had arranged them in this circle, and it was almost like, you know, these men coming together. We barely spoke, and then we put in earplugs, and for like an hour straight until we were dripping in sweat, we just all like started jamming and playing this.
Yeah, and then we'd like rotate to the next drum and the next drum.
Yeah, this.
I don't even think I said a word to Broncar until after.
Yeah.
Even though there was just four of us.
Yeah, and so we kind of like got into a jam there today at his house, and you know, he had said, "Oh, we got all kinds of instruments here, guys," and he does. He's got like everything under the sun, saxophones and pianos and drums of every kind. And there were these clay. I didn't know they were made of clay, but they're called Udus,
yeah.
Udus, which is like, it's a quieter jam because they produce a really neat sound, but it's not so loud. So Eddie had an Udu and I had an Udu, and we're like playing this thing, and it's like this, and he's playing the cajon, and I decided to call Philip because like he's the only one we're missing. And so we're doing a live video like of this all happening, and Philip's watching this, and then we finished. And we're still on video, and I was like, yeah, and I put my Udu down off my lap and set it down, and that's when I found out they were clay, because I literally just set it down like 6 inches, and I broke the Udu.
It just split in half. And we were like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
He has like 6 of them, but
He has
still,
so
I
many.
feel bad.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Down one
You're
Udu.
so aggressive, honey.
I know. Well,
It was pretty funny too, because I feel like it's not like you set it down hard. You just set it down and then it
I
just
was
split.
excited. But I mean, you guys tell me I do things in a percussive way, even sometimes when I don't want to, with maybe a little bit more force than necessary.
Yeah.
Just getting a spoon out of the drawer. It's like bam, 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 clang, clang. I'm like, what are you doing?
Which wouldn't be a
He's
problem
like,
if I
"What?
didn't
Just
get
get a
up at
spoon."
5:30 in the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, well, shall we aggressively start a podcast?
Let's do it. Roll the intro music.
Mags and Dads, wholesome chaos. Mags and Dads, wholesome chaos.
I've got a little FOMO seeing all of you guys together.
Yeah.
I know. Well, we miss you too, and this is weird, but it's still awesome to have Eddie here. We lose him today, and we just go back to
Not today. Wednesday.
well, this
Wednesday.
week. You're right,
Yeah.
this week, and
Very different
But we lose
things.
ourselves too, because we all go to the airport and fly away. We
meant
lose
this week.
ourselves.
but you're right, and it just goes back to us, honey, and life gets quiet, and
No,
it's so
it doesn't.
slow
We're
that
back
we.
into it.
I know.
We're both traveling.
We're going there.
month.
Yeah, we don't need to tell you. Lots going
Yeah.
on.
Oh
always.
yeah. Yeah, you guys are crazy busy. Just
Yep.
every day,
You-
lots of.
You could have just stopped after crazy.
I will say that it is nice to be back in LA and be going on a routine again and like my space and everything, which like I have my space at home, but you know, it is my space. Like I pay for this space.
Yeah.
I thought MySpace went
space.
away after when Facebook came in. No, did
Not
MySpace
what
go away?
she's
then?
talking about.
Oh,
Did
never
my
mind.
space ever really go away? I think it's still around there somewhere. I don't know.
I didn't know that.
But
How about that?
it's
so
really
you're
interesting.
So you're there. You had
Yeah.
a New Year's celebration.
I did. New Year's was. I like New Year's. I like New Year's a lot. I like the resolutions. I like the idea of a fresh start. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. I have worked out every day this year,
Nice.
Nice.
which is
days.
only a few days. So it doesn't sound quite as impressive.
It's a streak. It's a
But
streak.
today, It is a streak. Today I went to Michael's to get Mod Podge for when I finish this puzzle that I'm working on. I know I talked to Dad about this puzzle. The puzzle I'm doing right now, I am not a puzzle person. I'm doing a 513 piece puzzle of an abstract painting my cousins and I did when we were like 8.
Oh, yeah.
With the help of my grandmother, who's an incredible artist. But this is a hard puzzle. Oh my goodness, especially for someone who does not do puzzles. And I'm missing edge pieces. And so I decided to count all of the pieces.
Oh my gosh.
And the first time I counted them, I counted 522. Which is tough because it's a 513 piece puzzle.
And you know that's not an approximation because
time.
it's 13. Like, you know, if it's at 500 pieces and it was like, it's around that. But no, it's 513.
But
what was?
Yeah, and the second time I counted 512.
Oh, no.
But I am missing like 4 edge pieces, and I feel like I'm losing my mind. I've texted and asked so many friends and just been like, how would you say you are with puzzles? Would you say
Do you enjoy them?
You're pretty good.
Would you like to come over?
If you come over, I'll cook you dinner. I will do whatever you want if you will finish this puzzle for me. Because I want to, as I said, I went to Michael's to get Mod Podge. I got Mod Podge Puzzle Saver. It's actually called that. And you put it over it to hang it up in your wall. Because I was thinking about doing the frame idea that Dad and I discussed. And did you know picture frames are like $60?
No.
And this Mod Podge was $6. So
That's crazy because like 2 days ago, we were moving more stuff out of the old house and I had 2 jars of Mod Podge.
Man.
And I have probably half a dozen frames that we're just getting rid of.
That
because
is
we don't
weird.
need them.
Oh, don't get rid of the frames.
No.
That's even-
Well, I gave it to Grandma. I gave her one that I was like, hey, could you use this?
That is so strange because that is the first time in my life I've ever heard the phrase Mod Podge. Eddie, do you know that word?
Yeah,
Really?
no, I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
It's
we
like
are clueless
hodgepodge.
about what is Mod Podge, but I imagine it's some
mystical,
glue-like surface
magical
or
glue.
that covers up a puzzle.
It's like a glue glaze type of thing.
But that way you can't do the puzzle again.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking that's why you're gluing it together so you never have to put it together again.
No, okay. No, because I am enjoying it, but also I think it'd be really sweet because the painting means something to have it on my wall because it is on Grandma and Grandpa's wall. You know, I think it'd be really sweet.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big puzzle girl. But while I was at Michael's, I also ended up buying a few canvases and some paint because as you guys remember, maybe, hopefully, while we were in Italy, I got a little inspired by all the
Yep.
paintings. And so I thought I'd love to try painting. You know, I painted when I was younger. And I have the capabilities to do it now, maybe not super well, but I forgot how hard it was.
We have some of your art hanging
I'm
up.
trying to do an abstract piece. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the art I have there.
I love the art that we kept.
So you started
Yeah.
something, an abstract, and you're not liking how it's turning out?
It's definitely just layers. You know, there's a lot that goes into it, but it's incredible how you can look at something, you know, as the Renaissance art and be like, okay, it's cool how they're not exact with their strokes. That should be easier to do, right?
No.
No, it's not. It's not easy
No,
at all.
it's not. And most of those people learned to paint like perfectly before they went abstract. That's the difference. Is they
know.
learned the
Yeah.
legit styles and then they changed them. You know, Eddie's noticed the same thing
Yeah.
with music. It's right,
So-
like the people who play really
Oh, yeah.
out there music.
The
it's-
really obscure music, yeah.
or even like you're saying like atonal music.
Yeah. Just like stuff that like kind of makes no sense.
But those people first have to learn
Like
how to play.
Surreal music, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, they are usually really, really, really good at music in the first place.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
only you get there through
Yeah.
practice, right? So you're practicing. And with painting, you can always paint over. Grandma did that a lot.
Yeah.
If she didn't like a painting, she had no
Yeah, and-
hesitation of wiping it out. Start again tomorrow.
And now And now at my apartment, whenever I get frustrated painting, I can go back to my puzzle. Get frustrated with my puzzle, I can go back to painting.
Oh, that's good. I love it.
So, Maggie, you know what? That happened to me one time. I just remembered that, where it made no sense that the puzzle didn't fit together, that we were missing pieces. And what it was, it turned out that one of the sides we had put together wrong. It looked like it went together exactly, and it didn't. So you may have a couple of edge pieces that are in the wrong place. And when you take those out, it's going to go together right.
I think she might be onto something.
I can't think like that. I can't think like that, guys.
Well, good luck.
Good luck.
I wish we were there to help you. But yeah, I don't like puzzles either.
Me
that much,
too.
so, hey.
I do. I just don't have time to do it. So.
Well, there you go.
There you go. So while we were also over there at Broncar's house today, his sons were there, Nico and Elijah, are these little boys with just mad, crazy energy. And they're so cool and so smart, but it's like a full-on experience having them around, you know?
Oh yeah.
They're great. And they loved you, Eddie, and I played with them a bunch. But it's just, I know that idea of being raised in a totally musical house on some level, like, is your like fantasy life, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you look at some amazing musicians in your world, huh? That have been exposed to those things early on. And that helps in terms of the journey.
It definitely does, but I mean, I feel like I was still exposed to it
Oh,
growing
yeah.
up. But yeah, not to that extent.
Yeah, we had a lot of music
Yeah.
exposure.
I learned we were playing hand pans, which is like a metal instrument.
I am so sorry I missed all that.
Well, you won't be missing
that
it for
sound
long because I think I'm going to get one.
No. You're loud
The
enough.
hand
no.
pans are super cool.
It's-
They're like super pretty percussion instruments.
And they're
Almost-
quiet.
Yeah, they're very quiet. It's almost like
They
an
don't sound
inverted
quiet.
steel drum that you use with your hands. It's like every note is just so pretty, and it resonates like a chord with every hit. It's like a bunch of overtones. It's super cool.
I was thinking about every morning I could wake you up with that.
No, thank you.
Instead of an alarm, it would just be like these.
I like that other thing. What is that little thing that I have that does the little
That'd be funny.
the square
Oh, kalimba?
column
I think it's
Kalimba.
kalimba.
kalimba?
It's a thumb piano.
Yeah.
Kalimba.
I like that.
Yeah, those are cool
It's
too.
nice and quiet and pretty, and you don't have to know how to play it to make it pretty.
Yeah. So I love the fact that you're getting into art. Is that part of your New Year thing? You're just going to keep that intention going for a while, or as long as you enjoy it?
Yeah, I think I've wanted to for a while, just for the fun of it, and why not? It was crazy. While I was in line, not in line, Michael's had a self-checkout. It was actually really cool. And I scanned everything. Oh my gosh, also being at Michael's and seeing the scrapbooking stuff made me want to
Oh, geez.
scrapbook. I know. I was like, wait, that'd actually be so fun to like scrapbook 2022. I don't know. But I restrained myself, and even restraining myself, I still ended up at checkout. It was $65. And so I took my phone out and I Googled Michael's coupons, and I found a coupon, and
I'm
it
so proud of you.
worked. How often does that work? It took like 20% off
Yep.
the entire thing.
You are your
Nice.
mother's daughter.
That's right.
Well, congratulations all the way around. No, New Year's, I think, is a great opportunity, like you said, fresh start, to commit to an intention, maybe a goal, maybe a resolution, maybe just starting something, you know, and you don't have to commit to something forever just to start it and try it out. I think that's so important, that idea of just begin somewhere, just start, you know, whenever you're trying to learn something new or create something, make some art or make a video, or even like something big, like a career or a learning journey, like that you would just want to go. You know, people I think often prioritize the planning and the preparation of like, I really need to understand it and get myself ready before I begin. And, you know, planning is important, understanding what you're getting into. But the truth is, you don't need the whole plan in advance. And really, you don't even have that plan until you actually start. And then you begin to learn everything so much more quickly, right? And then you just keep going. and just keep following that direction of where your learning takes you, or where your project takes you.
Yeah.
I feel that's how we make TikTok sometimes, is we just have a seed of an idea and we just get into it, or we start writing or we start working.
Yeah, it's actually funny. 2 days ago, I started making a TikTok of, making the puzzle and making it into a frame, not a frame, but hanging it up and everything. And I really thought I was going to finish that whole TikTok in one day because I thought I was going to get that puzzle done in like 2 hours tops.
Do you remember at Christmas?
And I have been severely humbled.
Yeah, in 2020, Morgan brought us that puzzle up to North Carolina, and we spent about 3 days putting together a puzzle.
How many
with
pieces was that?
5 people. I just found it the other day. I think it's a 500-piece puzzle.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's so awesome. Yeah, I unpacked it when we were unpacking the games up in the game room. And I was like, this is the puzzle Morgan brought for us. Yeah, and we had a lot of people working on it, and it still takes days.
The best thing ever is when you have a bunch of people working on a puzzle, and then you just walk by and randomly pick up a piece and look at it and then put it in and then leave.
And
it's like
that's what
the
your
mic
dad
drop
does.
moment.
Yeah, that's how we did puzzles back in the day when I used to spend time doing it.
That's the thing, is puzzles are so difficult sometimes, but the satisfaction you get when a puzzle piece fits
It's amazing.
is
like,
crazy.
man, I just did that.
Yeah, and there's also something, because I had a friend over and we were both working on it together. They ended up getting 2 pieces the entire time of like 4 hours working on this puzzle.
I'm so
It
bad
is
at
a hard
that.
puzzle. It's a very hard puzzle because it's an abstract. Like you said, it's an
but
abstract
something I said
painting.
is
It's not.
It's a cool painting. On the
Yeah, it's
wall.
harder to like group it.
And we could put a picture of this in the YouTube video of the painting itself, of the, and when you do the video up on YouTube of this
if
podcast.
she gets it done by the time.
No, we could just get the picture from my mom of the actual painting.
Oh, gotcha.
Because in real life, it's probably what, like 4 feet by 3 feet? It's a big painting. Not the puzzle, the painting.
Oh,
the
okay.
actual painting.
Yeah.
The puzzle.
And it's even like 5 by
no.
4. It's sizable.
Dang.
And it's such a cool thing. And the fact that you all did that together, all the cousins, and you were all there during Christmas,
I never knew
all
that.
together, and then Grandma gave each of you
It's so
the
sweet.
puzzle. I thought that was so well thought out and absolutely cool and special.
It was so sweet. It was a great gift. But yeah, something I said while we were making the puzzle is how crazy it was that there is absolutely no way to cheat.
Yes.
There is no shortcut. There is nothing that can help me other than my own brain. And I just wanted to scream.
Color. Just look for color groups. But
Oh, don't even say something so naive.
sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Have you talked to your cousins? Are they doing the same thing?
I have not talked to them yet, but I'm sure they haven't.
You can just
actually
text them up. Hey, have you put the puzzle together? And were you missing any pieces?
Yes, I should ask that.
Yeah.
I should.
There you go.
There you go. Nice water bottle.
Thank you. Eddie got that for me for Christmas. I love having a water bottle.
Yeah.
And this is such a good water bottle.
And a brother. You love having a brother. Let's not leave that part out.
Yeah.
Gets you water bottles.
Yeah, water
When
brother.
your mother steals your water
You've heard
bottle.
of water boys? I have a water brother. He keeps me supplied with hydration. It's wonderful.
Did you guys end up doing surf and turf
Yeah.
for New Year's?
I did. Yep. I applied some of my TikTok skills that I've learned from watching other cooks, and I made some
nice.
some surf and turf. It was really yummy. And then you called us on New Year's Eve to help, like, sweetly celebrate in the moment, which was right at the end of the Georgia game.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, Maggie,
Disaster.
hold on. He had to make that field goal.
And we were all kind of like doing our
know,
own thing. When
Yeah.
and then I checked and it was 11:58. I was like, oh.
Yeah, Eddie comes flying downstairs.
I know.
I'm in the other room finishing packing up
Yeah,
Christmas.
I was
and
on
I'm
the
literally
phone
at
walking-
the end. Yeah, and you were on the phone with your dad, and Eddie and I come in, and your dad's like talking to you, but he's not listening. He's looking at the Georgia game.
It was riveting.
and we're
Yeah.
like,
It was a very good
"Babe,
game."
Babe, turn on the peach drop or the apple drop, whatever, like flip it over. And he's like, wait. And we're like, no, it's happening now. We didn't know what the countdown was. So yeah, Maggie starts counting. Then we flip over to another channel and it was confusing.
Yeah, because it showed like there was a minute left or something. Or they just hit the button to start it.
Yeah, they started. Yeah.
And then I looked at my phone and it just, went to midnight. and then we went back to the Georgia game.
And we went back to the Georgia game and we missed the kickoff.
It was over.
The last
we missed the game.
Where they lost.
We missed the
where
last
Georgia
moment.
won and Ohio lost. That was crazy.
Yeah.
It was
very
like the
crazy.
worst countdown ever.
We missed everything.
We missed it all.
Did I even kiss you? I don't think I did.
Yeah, I knew I was mad. I was like, I'm not
she
kissing
didn't
you
want to
now.
kiss me.
You didn't. We missed the kick. We missed the countdown. No, yeah, you
Dang.
didn't kiss me.
And then we toasted
Well, there's always next year.
yeah.
Yeah. Never been awake and actually missed it. That was the first. But how was yours, Maggie?
It was good. I went over to a friend's house and there was just a few of us there hanging out, playing games, counting down the new year. I went to the bathroom at 11:58. I looked around. I was like, I'm gonna make this not awkward. I went to the bathroom.
Was it crowded in there?
Yeah. No, just me.
That's good.
And I walked out and everyone was like, Happy New Year. It's like, Happy New Year. I missed it? What?
Oh my goodness. How did that happen?
Very
We also
sneaky.
played a pirate game. We were playing a dice game
Oh, yeah.
for a while after dinner before we got busy doing other stuff. That was fun.
Yeah, it was like the dice roll game from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, fun.
Where everyone has the cups. Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool. It's very like high stakes game.
That's really crazy. Did you hear that little ding?
Yeah.
I just closed my standing ring and I'm sitting down. I'm like, what?
You are talented.
How did
so
I
talented.
do that?
I went to the gym on the 1st.
Yep.
And I thought, oh my gosh, there's going to be so many people here. And there was not one single person other than me there. And I was shocked. And I told a friend this. And they were like, yeah, babe, it's because they're all hungover.
Exactly. I was like, exactly. I remember driving down the street on New Year's Day and seeing about 4 or 5 people either walking or running. And I was like, you go.
Yeah.
They obviously didn't stay
Yeah.
up drinking all night.
Yeah.
It's great to go to a big party or a holiday like that and not be drinking. And then like the next day, you just realize,
Yeah.
I feel so much better than you do.
Exactly. I love waking up
Yeah.
on New Year's Day and go like, I don't have a hangover.
I had that experience. I went to Fort Myers for just a night to go to a wedding. My really good friend who I rode unicycles with and still do from time to time, Bobby Coggins, his daughter got married, Abby, to Silas. And I just, wanted to be there. It's like big moments for friends, special days. And I've known these girls since they were young and either you're there or you're not. And so I went there and a lot of drinking going on that night.
Oh, always at weddings.
But
a lot of people.
But I was up.
yeah.
I was up the next day. But it was super special. Weird to be at an event where I didn't have responsibilities.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have
Been
any.
a while.
Didn't have to be on stage. Didn't have to.
Officiate the
I
wedding.
didn't really even know that many people, although I knew more than I thought I did. So I just kind of like supported things and met a bunch of people, and
Nice.
it was a really good time.
Caught the bouquet. No.
Yeah, that might have been a little too much.
Yeah, a little
But I
much.
did dance with this wonderful woman who was there. It was Kiki, Bobby's foster kid's great grandmother.
Aw.
She basically near the end of the night, she walked up to me and she said, I haven't seen you out there at all tonight. And she's like talking to the dance floor because all these young kids are going crazy. And by the way, a lot of those young kids follow this podcast and follow TikTok channels.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's a fairly young group in the wedding party and stuff like that. And they all fans. They recognized. They thought it was cool that I was there.
kind.
But she walked up to me. She said, you haven't been out there on the dance floor once tonight. And all I did, I just smiled and I put my hand out, and she took it. And I walked her to the dance floor, and we danced a fun song together.
Nice.
Yeah, she said, I didn't know that one.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. Remember last week I talked about the great book series, that big encyclopedia of all these incredible books?
Yeah.
And so I decided to
You
dive
finished
in.
it?
Yeah. He'll finish it when you finish the puzzle.
I decided to dive in a little deeper, and I opened up the first one, and I went to the end where it says all these suggested reading plans. Where I was like, good. You could read it chronologically. You can read it like all the great books of the greatest authors in the world and stuff, or you can read it like the way they suggest it. And I was like, yeah, let me try that because it's kind of like easiest to hardest or whatever. It has some sense to it. And so I opened to that page and it says 10-year reading plan.
Oh.
Year 1.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm like, okay, I'm 54 now. By the time I'm 64, I could have this done, provided I don't read much else, maybe. Or maybe I could do it quicker.
Crazy.
I could
Really
do that.
make sure you remember it because you don't want to go back and just have to refresh your memory.
Yeah.
Well, today I read some Plato, and I read the Plato
Okay.
Apology, which is about Socrates on trial and all that, and I really enjoyed it. I took
So
notes
starting
on
with
it.
the easy.
I guess it wasn't particularly easy.
It's pretty interesting though.
Yes. How much of that do you know? The Socrates story and
Bits and
Plato.
pieces. I feel like I read some of his stuff, like the Republic, I believe. And
Plato's
something
Republic.
else.
Good.
Yeah, and then
I'm not there yet.
Oh, I can't remember. I definitely not all
Give
of
it a few years.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we read the highlights.
Socrates taught Plato, and Plato taught Aristotle. That's a pretty good series of mentors right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
They did a good amount of work together.
What a name. Socrates.
Socrates.
What a name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He has a whole method named after him. The Socratic method, just asking questions. And this
Yeah.
and this was really a brilliant thing, the way he kind of defended himself against the charges. Didn't work. He ultimately got killed.
Oh, great. You just spoiled it. I guess I won't read it.
Actually, I'm not there yet either, but I know what happens. Anyway, but yeah, very interesting. I'm not committing to this. Like that would be ridiculous for me to say, this is my goal and I won't be successful unless I finish it. But I'm starting
You
something.
don't have to commit to it.
No.
I was thinking about that. I just started a new book. And I thought, okay, this past year I've read more than I ever had before. And I thought to myself, like a while ago, I made a goal to read a book one book every month of a year. And I never did it because I just was not a reader. And I thought to myself, I was like, oh, I could do that now.
Yeah.
But then I decided I actually don't care. I'm just going to read when I want to read.
Yeah.
Like I'm just proud of myself for reading more. And if I read 12 books this year, great. If I read 24, great. If I read 100, I don't know.
It's
I
trajectory.
decided that goal was no longer important to me.
There you go. That's awesome. And maybe it's not about the goal at all. It's just about an intention and improvement and
Yeah.
keeping some momentum and just saying, hey, I just want to keep getting better and better.
Yeah, I'm so thankful that I actually have a desire and a love for reading now. That's so much better to me than like begrudgingly going through a resolution I wouldn't want to read 12 books,
Yeah.
Especially when you get scripts. It's be like, oh,
Yeah.
do I have to
Oh,
read
yeah.
another script?
Yeah. Just,
Oh my gosh, I love reading scripts. I had a conversation with someone about this a while ago, and it still sticks with me of if you're an actor and you're complaining that you have to go like, oh, I gotta go memorize an audition. Oh, I gotta go film an audition. I gotta read a script. Stop complaining.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
That's your job.
like you get to.
Yeah.
You get to, oh my gosh, when I get to go read a script and like
a script of
totally
a movie that's
create
not
in
yet
my
made.
head.
It's like,
Yes,
it's like,
like
you just
I
got
get to make the movie before they do.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love it so much. And if anybody listening or on the podcast right now ever catches me complaining about being a working actor, I don't know, push me over.
Deal. That sounds like a good deal.
Someone's going to randomly push me over on the street one day. And be like, oh, sorry, I thought I heard something.
I hope not. That would be weird.
I'm watching Spencer. He's like playing with this ball. Oh, he just opened the door.
I thought he was trying to open the door, but he doesn't have opposable thumbs still. He didn't get him for Christmas. Speaking of, oh my gosh, I was packing up the junk drawer at the old house, and then apparently we forgot to do it. And there's a bag of fingers. And I was like, oh my God, this is so creepy.
They're not real fingers. I think we should clarify
good.
that.
Well, that's true.
And they're not Butterfingers. No, but they're thumbs, actually, yes.
Oh, I guess they were thumbs, but there was some stacked together that looked like a whole finger. And then there was a thumb.
They were magic thumbs. Thumb
Yes.
tips from thumb tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to spoil
Oh,
any
wait,
magic
the ones
tricks.
that light up.
Yeah, well, there's those.
ones
There's
that-
the ones with the lights in them.
Oh,
Okay, so you're going to need to do
Gotcha.
a demonstration, and we'll videotape it so that we can show them.
But then that's like spoiling magic tricks. I don't want
No,
to do
you
that.
don't have to show how it's
Yeah.
done.
Well,
It would be like,
we did. We just gave away the secret.
gave it all away.
That's like
Okay.
saying the punchline and then not telling the joke. It's better to not tell the joke, and that way you at least haven't ruined the joke. Anyway, that's the way I think about
bag o' fingers. That's Happy Halloween.
it. What?
A mysterious bag of thumbs that we don't know the purpose of.
thumbnail title.
No pun intended.
No thumb intended.
No thumb intended.
Oh, man.
So, Eddie, as you're getting ready to leave town this week, I just wanted to say thank you for all the work you do on the podcast every week, knocking it out, making it sound good, turning us up, and cutting out the stuff mom tells you to. Or
Thank you.
Or the stuff that you determine is not worthy.
I love
But,
doing it.
Yeah, we'll keep it going. And if you have questions for anybody in the family, go out to wholesomechaos.com. Ask those, suggest topics you might want to hear Maggie and I or the whole family discuss, and we can make that happen.
Amazing. Well, 2022 has ended, and it looks like this podcast episode is about to as well. So, on that note, I love you guys.
We love you,
too,
Maggie.
Mags.
Have a great week.
You too.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Mags and Dads, wholesome chaos. Mags and Dads, wholesome chaos.
Oh, Eddie, have you seen or heard anything about Babylon?
A little bit. Really nothing.
Okay,
I've heard
I
it's
saw
awesome.
Babylon last night. You heard it was awesome?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's so split between people saying it's one of the best movies of the century and people saying it's a huge flop. I loved it. I think it's for a niche group. But guys, this movie was over 3 hours long. And I was like, oh, all right, okay, I can do it. I was thinking about going and seeing Avatar tonight for a little lighter movie. Avatar is 3 hours and 12 minutes long.
This is ridiculous.
I just can't commit to these things.
Yeah, definitely. It makes it really hard to do a double feature.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. my friend has already seen Avatar twice, and I didn't know that
Wow.
when I asked him if he wanted to go see it, and he was like, I've been wanting to see it for a third time. And
9
if he sees it for a
hours.
third time, it'll be 9 hours and 36 minutes of Avatar.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Not counting the previews
And I think
and the
that's-
driving.
I know. I think that's too much.
Yeah.
Maybe a little
I agree.